everybody. What does it mean to accelerate? Accelerate. I looked it up just to make sure that we were level set because, of course, that's the trainer in me for today. And accelerate means to move a vehicle or a physical object or a person, in this case, more rapidly or more quickly. And the reason that we call this segment Accelerate is because we are going to highlight 3 people who chose to accelerate their lives, their businesses, so that they could achieve financial outcomes and personal outcomes that improved their lives. And so I want y'all today to be thinking as we are talking about these people and what it means for your lives and your health and your strength and your financial fortitude to shift gears as we're going into 2026. You may be moving along nicely, but what would help if you accelerated? What would it look like if you decided to take good and make it great? Because that's what these people have done. And I'm going to talk about what the common denominator of the 3 of them is so that you can put action in motion as you accelerate for yourselves in 2026. So I am Dawn Morris. I'm the Chief Training Officer of the World Class Training Institute, and I'm also the curator of the Leaders Lounge. And the Leaders Lounge is where you as a leader can come and, as I say, just exhale and get goodness related to how you can grow personally and professionally. For the next several weeks, as we are leading into our B2B Development Accelerator, we're going to focus on leaders who are in the sales realm. Leaders who are in the sales realm, because we are going to have the B2B Development Accelerator, which is a conclave for sales professionals and small business owners to market better to corporate clients. And this is happening on Saturday, December the 6th, 2025, right here in Nashville, Tennessee at 10:30 a.m. So it's a Saturday session. It's going to be amazing. And it's going to be a space for sales leaders to come together and grow and develop so that you can and we can accelerate in 2026. So we're going to talk more about that in a moment. I'm going to share with you all one more piece before we get into our content for today. And that's, of course, to make sure that if you have not already, that you grab Unpacking Agape, the 7 Languages of Intentional Leadership, which is my book. It focuses on 7 behaviors that leaders should demonstrate if they are operating from a place of servant or agape leadership. And you can pick that up at worldclasstraining.net/agape. That's worldclasstraining.net/agape. And of course, if you have not already, make sure to like and subscribe to this channel so that you are notified every time we drop new content, which is roughly about every week. That's the goal anyway. So if you go back and check, pretty much every Sunday, we drop new content for you all. So make sure to go and subscribe right now to our channel. All right. So now let's get into this delicious content for today. And even if you are not necessarily the title of a sales professional or the title of a B2B person, this is still great information for you, because I tell all of my leaders that even if you're not selling a product or selling a service, you are always selling you. You have to be able to influence and you have to be able to move people forward. And the way that you do that is through the ability to convince and to build credibility and build trust among your constituents. So as we talk through these three people, I want you to think for yourselves about how you can utilize this information. And again, even if you're not a sales professional, whether or not you need to be a part of the B2B Development Accelerator, because we are always in the business of influencing and leading people to align around our vision, our mission, our strategies, so that the organization can be more successful. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to talk about the three people who I want to highlight today. And the reason these people were chosen is because I utilized ChatGPT to find out who are people who have had exponential business growth in the last 10 years, exponential business growth within the last 10 years. So here are the three people who I selected from the list that I got from ChatGPT. So the first person is Eric Yuan. If you have ever used Zoom, you know about the work of Eric Yuan. Eric Yuan is a product of Silicon Valley, came to the United States in 1997. And after working for WebEx, which became Cisco, or Cisco became WebEx, I believe is how that worked, he founded Zoom. Zoom, for those people who don't know, is a platform where you are able to conduct virtual meetings. I am a user of Zoom for my virtual meetings. I can create whiteboards. You can have webinars on Zoom. And Mr. Yuan, during the pandemic, experienced exponential growth for his business. Why? Because businesses had to have a way to still conduct meetings through the COVID period. So what did he do? He was able to up-level his sales to businesses and prove up why Zoom was the method of choice for conducting virtual meetings. So as we are thinking about ourselves and thinking about, hey, how can we utilize some of the expertise of an Eric Yuan? What we need to be thinking about is, hey, what are the innovations that I have in my arsenal that I can use as I am selling my products or services to people or to businesses? Now, you may say, hey, I don't have anything. Like I said at the start of this, even if you don't have the title of a sales professional, or you don't have the title of a sales manager or an entrepreneur, you still have within you something that you are trying to influence others toward. So you may be trying to influence others toward an idea that you have. When you go to work, you need to be thinking about, how am I working with my team members and collaborating with my team members so that I am able to help drive some of the organizational initiatives forward. That is the mindset of an Eric Yuan. Now, how did he accelerate? So, number one, when he was at his last company, he really wanted to put a more, I'm going to say, sustainable and seamless virtual model together, which is why he went and created Zoom. So he took something, WebEx was new, right? And he took something that was good and made it better. And that's what we always have to be thinking about. How can we take something good and make that something good better? Which is why we are calling the B2B workshop the B2B Development Accelerator, because how can we take what's good or what may be working okay and move it forward more quickly or accelerate that thing? That is what Eric Yuan did. Now, the second person that I want to bring to the stage is a person who does not necessarily deal a lot with businesses, but this person was able to again experience exponential business growth through the creativity of her mind and activating the thing that we are going to be talking about on December the 6th. And that person is Miss Chrissy Jones. Chrissy Jones. And she is the owner of Sassy Jones. Now, what is Sassy Jones? So Sassy Jones is a jewelry and handbag brand that Miss Chrissy Jones started, and I believe the year was around 2012, 2013. She had been working in corporate America. She said she was having challenges with corporate America as she was continuously getting terminated. And she thought to herself, well, this probably is because I want to do things my own way. So I need to find a way to do my own thing, right? And so she started Sassy Jones, a jewelry brand, which means that she's selling B2C. She sells primarily business to consumer. And she knew that she loved jewelry. She knew that she loved accessories and fashion. And she took her passion and did what? Added an accelerant by turning her passion and turning what she enjoyed into a brand that was able to experience exponential growth. And the number for her, I just have to get this number, 80 million. She scaled the business to $80 million. $80 million, a B2C brand. And remarkable story, a remarkable story. But what did she do? Again, she took, and she tells a story about how when she went to her first, one of her first trade shows, and she had to spend $800 for the vendor booth. And she was thinking, oh my goodness, how in the world am I going to spend this money on this? And when she went, she not only made the $800 back, but she made more than, of course, she made on any job. I don't know if it was in a day or in a week. So she made a lot of money that day, which told her that this was the route that she should take. So again, Miss Jones took an idea. She added fuel to her fire and said, let me bet on me. And she used her sales skills because she had been in the sales arena in corporate America and decided to accelerate her life. When we're thinking about business to business sales or even business to consumer sales, the beauty of it is that it has the opportunity, if you learn the skills to do it well, to accelerate you and your life and your family's life exponentially. Miss Jones's business has grown to the point where her husband no longer works for a company. Now they work together in the Sassy Jones business. So these are two examples of how when you really put your mind to it and you figure out a way to sell and market what you have and then learn strategies around it, you are able to move forward quickly. One other thing I'll share about Miss Jones before I move forward is that after she had the first real great experience at a trade show, then she had a couple of experiences that weren't so great. She came back and decided to learn more about search engine optimization, which is how she was able to really build, grow, and scale her online business. And then she also did some things related to her product offerings so that she was manufacturing and developing her own jewelry eventually. So these things helped her to not only protect her brand, but also grow her brand through the online sales. So again, it's about learning. She learned along the way. And that's another reason why we are having this B2B development accelerator. as a B2B salesperson primarily, I know that that's an area that I had to learn as I was coming into the World Class Training Institute. I knew how to teach people. I knew how to facilitate classes. I knew how to develop classes. I needed to learn how to sell. And I'm still growing in that area, still learning how to close sales, still learning different strategies for developing presentations, all of those things. And so we have to, as business professionals, as sales professionals, as leaders, always be in a learning mode. And I said that as I grew, I always had at my core that I would always come back and help other people who come after me, because I know that when I looked around for help, there wasn't much. So I wanted to be that person to help other people grow if I could. So through this B2B Development Accelerator, I am going to be able to help and to be in the place where I am fulfilling the mission that I always said that I would, of helping other people. Now, the third person I want to bring to the stage, this gentleman grew the business so much that it was sold to Procter & Gamble, but he is still the CEO and operating the company. And this person's name is Tristan Walker, and he is the CEO of Walker and Company. So what did he develop? So Mr. Walker developed a product called Bevel. So again, he saw a need. He said he could not find anywhere any products that would help him be able to shave and have a smooth shave. And somebody shared with him about a single edge razor, and this helped him. He was able to develop it and some other products around this. He found that the market was ripe for men's products, and particularly people who are African American males, even though his product also helps men of other ethnicities who have, stubble as a concern with their shaving. And he developed the products, again, learned how to develop them. He said he was actually in a good place because he did something called getting net promoter scores, and he happened to see where two people from Target had actually said how good his products were. He reached out, which you have to do if you're in sales. You cannot sit back and just hope somebody's coming for you, because they may be looking, but they probably won't reach out. So he reached out. That's how he got on the Target shelves. And then fast forward several years later, he was able to sell the business to Procter & Gamble. So this man, Mr. Tristan Walker, is now one of the people who has grown his business exponentially by taking care of a need. And that's what we have to do as business owners. We are in a position where we are constantly thinking about, what does the market need and how can I serve them? How can I serve my market? This is what sales is about, because sales isn't about just transaction. It's about making people who are in your stead better through doing business with you. So we got Tristan Walker, Chrissy Jones, and we have Mr. Eric Yuan. 3 people who are doing 3 different things, but have been able to grow their businesses exponentially within the last 10 years. What is the common denominator of the 3 of them? The common denominator of the 3 of them is that they took their idea and they added accelerants to them. Tristan, accelerant, Target. Chrissy Jones, accelerant, SEO, learning how to manufacture. Eric Yuan, accelerant, took the ideas from his learnings at Cisco, which turned into WebEx, and built a platform that everybody could use, and then when the world shifted, he was able to maximize on that and build it so that businesses, and I've been a Zoom person, a Zoom user for years. He even opened up so that the number of people who could be on a webinar was greater. So of course that was increasing his B2B sales. He added this whiteboard feature, which I absolutely love. Now they have the AI companion. So again, he took one great idea and he continues to add accelerants to it so that the good can be great and the great can be better than great. And that's what we want to do when we come together at the B2B Development Accelerator, which is why I'm calling it a conclave, because it is going to be an opportunity for us to, in a brainstorming session, come and think about what are some ways that we can accelerate our businesses? What are some ways that we can accelerate our sales? What are some ways that we can accelerate our influence? It's good to get in the room with others. We're going to have some training components, but we're also going to have some moments when we can share among others. So I want to also take a moment, and I just want to share this video right quick on the B2B Development Accelerator. Here you go. It's fourth quarter, and no matter what our sales numbers are now, we want to go up. So let's accelerate together at the B2B Development Accelerator, designed specifically for small business owners and sales professionals who market to corporate clients. December the 6th, 2025 at 10:30 a.m. You are going to meet us in Nashville, and let's talk about how to master those sales presentations, how to prospect more effectively, how to have the first sales call, second sales call, so we can be even more successful in 2026. Grab your friends, grab your colleagues, grab anyone who you know wants to master the art of B2B sales, and meet us at the B2B Development Accelerator, December the 6th, 2025. This is a conclave designed just for us to have a safe space to talk about what works and what doesn't work, how we can grow professionally as B2B corporate clients, and to even laugh a little at some stuff that didn't go right. So grab a seat with us on December the 6th, 2025. Meet us in Nashville at 10:30 a.m. Let's grow together. Let's accelerate together. And above all, let's rock. See you December. It's going to be amazing, y'all. You want to make sure that you are here for the B2B Business Development Accelerator. Go to worldclasstraining.net/personal. You actually can just go to worldclasstraining.net now. It's right there on the front home screen for you to register immediately. It is going to be right here in Nashville. Of course, Nashville is a great place to be. And even if it's a little chilly in December, it's still pretty here. So you want to make sure that you come out for this. Is again on a Saturday. The common denominator is acceleration. Even if you're doing okay, even if your year was kind of good, this is something to take it up another notch. And remember, as professionals, sales managers, sales leaders, leaders of an organization, we are always in the business of selling, promoting, influencing, so that we can drive our vision and our mission forward. So get in the room with this great group of professionals, and let's grow together. Let's grow together. worldclasstraining.net. For the B2B Business Development Accelerator. We are going to love to see you there. So finally, before I close, I always want to make sure that I wrap up with kind of the three things that you want to take away from today. So again, the common denominator of all three of these people, Tristan Walker, Chrissy Jones, and Eric Yuan, is that they decided to accelerate. They decided to take what was good or what was missing and say, you know what, I'm going to add some fuel to this fire and blow it up. And that's what we have to think about when we're thinking about what our next year is going to look like. We have to do an assessment of what has happened and then make the decision through some tweaks and shifts that we are going to add some fuel so that we can blow up and go to the next level. Not blow up physically, but metaphorically, of course. And so they also, three of them had three different ways of getting there. One, SEO. The second one, corporate connections, Tristan Walker. The third one, Eric Yuan, business sales. He used the COVID epidemic as a way to max out on how he was going to serve business clients. And here he is today, multimillionaire. So we can all think about it. We can think about how to position ourselves, how to position our businesses for real strong growth. And again, even if you're not a business owner, if you are a sales professional, if you are a leader who needs to influence others, you want to make your way to the B2B Development Accelerator happening on December the 10th. And of course, make sure also to go pick up our book, Unpacking Agape, the 7 Languages of Intentional Leadership at worldclasstraining.net/agape. This is also going to be in the comments for you as well. So finally, these 3 things I want you always to remember. You have to believe in it, whatever it is. You have to believe in it before you get anybody else to believe in it. All 3 of them had to believe in the power of their dreams. Next thing, you have to do it for more than money. I listened to all 3 of these people, and none of them listed money as their reason for doing what they are doing. You have to have a bigger why than money. Money will come, but money typically comes because you have served so well that it is a natural and organic outcome of your ability to serve. And then finally, you have to figure out how to sell it. Figure out how to sell it, whatever it is. As I said a couple of weeks ago or last week, I believe, is the dream must be sold. So you have to figure out how to get it in front of the right people so that the right people can give you your yes, so that you can serve the world in the way that makes everybody better through your presence. So figure out a way. And if you don't know how, and even if you think you know how, make sure to come to the B2B Development Accelerator on December the 6th at 10:30 a.m. worldclasstraining.net to register. All righty. And finally, until next time at the World Class Training Institute, always remember, when you are better, we're absolutely better. Take care.